Hey guys, it's Maverick here. Welcome back for another episode of Code Geass. So, last episode, Lelouch finally revealed to us his master plan, which is the Black Knights, right? He's essentially coming out and saying, I am the voice of justice, my organization is the voice of justice, I am going to stand on the side of the poor and the weak, and if you are trying to take advantage of others using your power, well, to hell with you, I will rain down justice on you, right? Of course, this is the cover story and all, but we all know that his main goal is to go up against the Britannians, go up against the Britannian Empire, which, you know, it should be, right? Because this kind of ideology goes directly against the ideology of the Britannian Empire. However, in stating this and becoming a public figure now with public intentions, he's going to gather some allies, but I'm pretty sure he's also going to be gathering more enemies other than just the Britannian Empire, right? Including, hey, the Japanese Liberation Force and perhaps some others as well. But is that true, or are we going to really get into? I don't know. I feel like this series, what I've seen so far, they really take a good look at the ideologies of characters, and you know the standpoints of each faction are very, very clear, right? Is that the case? Well, let's get into it and find out. All right, let's begin in 3, 2, 1, play. Two powers. Once. You know, one thing I actually thought about a bit later on is if he were to use Geass, right, his Geass power, and command somebody, okay, from now on until you die, always absolutely obey my orders. Would that kind of turn it into a permanent Geass? Right? I feel like it can be sort of abused in that way, right? Because we clearly see that within the experiment that he's using, right? The girl who's drawing a drawing a line on the drawing a mark on the wall every single day. She's been doing that for quite a long time already, right? So at the very least, we can say that if you command somebody to do something, they'll be repeating it for at least a few weeks, right? So that's my question. Why can't I just tell someone, okay, from now on, I am your absolute master. You will obey me unconditionally, right? Wouldn't that just be a permanent Geass? I'm just saying. Because up to now, it's always been just for fulfilling one exact thing, right? Like, go here, do this, tell me something. Hey, obey me forever is also a command. Alright. Refrain. As in the refrain part of a song? And oh. Mm-hmm.
したことには疎くていらっしゃる。明かりだ、明かりを。お前は
ゼロだ。
珍しいね、カレンが居眠りなんて。ちょっとね。
ルルーシュに弟子入りしたら、あいつ居眠りは達人だからさ。
あれ眠ってるの？
毎晩何してるのか知らないけどさ、授業の半分は寝てるよ。
And she's gonna be like, what are these two doing together? Or something like that. Oh, no. Okay.
いつまでもこのエリア11に足止めされているわけにはいかん。内政を固めて衛星エリアに昇格させたい。そのためにもテロ組織の撲滅は急務だが、11の間に蔓延している薬物。
That's a drug. Alright.
おかげで生産性が落ちている。ここで中華連邦の吸収運動を叩いておかねばならん。わかるか？
Huh.
お前こそもう疎開からが出るわよ。
Is this like a reverse opium war?
もう少し泳がせてやるさ。お前を救ってもらった借りもある。だが戻ってきたら。
Oh. She's leaving her in charge, eh?
きれいにしてお前に渡す。だから危ないことは考えるな。な、ユフィ。
あの男がブリタニア皇帝の子供だから。
Oh, he actually did. He didn't use geese on her?
しかし今は
あの時、ゼロが話した意味はまだ続く。
Huh. And Yuffie didn't say anything. Okay.
さすがにきついな、二重生活は。ほら、スザクそっち。
バカ、やめろスザク。やめろ、やめるんだ。
ごめん、ルルーシュ。会長命令だから。
顔が笑ってるだろ。おい。
動かないの。おはように。
Halloween?
何これは？
あれ、言ってなかったっけ？アーサーの歓迎会。
平和ですね。モラトリアムできるうちは楽しんでこうよ。カレンの分用意しといたから。ほら、この前変なこと言っちゃったお詫び。どれにする？私も？
カレンはいらないだろ。とっくに被ってるもんな。
あなたテレビにでも出れば人気者になれるわよ。
どうですか、テレビスターさん。あ、そっちに振るんだ。
そういう冗談やめてよ。あの後大変だったんだから。
Huh?
四六時中追いかけ回されて
Ah.
質問攻め。お風呂の中までよ。ここ1週間学校の外に出られなかった。
Okay.
なんで俺たちまで外出禁止なんですか？
友情ってやつでしょ。我ら生まれた時は違いども死すべき時は同じと願わんバーンさんでしょ。
プロポーズ。
死にゃばもろともってこった。
ひってえな。なあ、スザク。よかった。
またみんなで集まれて本当よかった。
なんだよ。ここは笑うとこなの。
でもそこがスザクくんのいいとこよね。まあたまに空気読めって言いたくなるけどね。
すみません。お前それネタだろ。
そっか、私みんなを助けたんだ。
The green-haired girl is
世間は黒の騎士団一色に染まった。
warming up to Suzaku.
ゼロの宣言通り弱者の味方だった。民間人を巻き込むテロ、横暴な軍隊、さらには汚職政治家、営利主義の企業、犯罪組織など法では裁けない悪を一方的に断罪していった。私たちはあっという間に英雄になった。協力者も増え、ナイトメアまで再び手に入れることができた。もちろん表立っての話ではない。だってやめなさい、黒の騎士団なんて。なんでだよ。ブリタニアのこと悪く言っちゃいけません。私たちは11なのよ。リーダーのゼロはクロビス王子を殺しているのだから、仲間内でも彼の素顔を知りたがる人は多い。私だってそうだ。でも無理強いすれば彼はいなくなってしまう気がする。
Oh, he will.
彼がいないとダメなのかもしれない。私たちは。
最
そうかな。
そうだよ。
あなた大丈夫？
Oh, she's smitten.
民衆はなぜ協力する？
京都まで黒の騎士団にグレンに指揮を回すと言ってきた。
あんな貴族気取りに。
奴らはレジスタンスじゃない。その証拠に草壁中佐を殺している。
中佐は自決されたのだろう。
止めなかったという噂もある。東堂中佐、いずれにしろこのままでは。
Yep. They're gonna be like, this is our turf. Who the hell are you?
会長、ちょっと渡したいものがあってね。どちらにお通ししましょうか。客間か、それとも私の部屋に。かしこまりました。
あら、お友達って言うからてっきり男だと思ったら、朝帰りに不登校、ゲットーにも出入りしてるようね。お父様が本国にいるのをいいことに。血は争えないわね。
留守を楽しんでいるのはあなたの方でしょ。
Okay, so the maid is her mom.
どうしましょ
The
う。
maid is her mom, and the dad had an affair with the maid?
奥様すみません。
Something like that?
使えないわね。女を売るしか能がなくて。
なかなか複雑な家庭みたいね。渡したいものって何ですか？おじいちゃんに頼まれてね。学園長に。中学からの成績証明書。学校で渡さない方がいいと思ったから。バレたってことですね。私がブリタニア人とイレブンのハーフだってこと。さっきのはママ母です。本当の母親は花瓶を倒したドジなメイドの方。
Mm-hmm.
父親はシュタットフェルト家のご当主様。バカなんです、母は。結局使用人扱いで。大して仕事もできないから、どんなにバカにされてもヘラヘラ笑ってることしかできなくて。わざわざこの家に住まなくたっていいのに。要するにすがってるんですよ。
I think she's hanging on to you, Kallen.
鬱陶しいだけです。まあ、ヘビーな話よね。制裁も妾もその娘も一緒に暮らしてるなんて。そうでもないですよ。衣食住に不自由はないし、我慢できないってほどじゃありませんから。そう。でもね、一つ一つは我慢できることで、積み重ねればいつか擦り切れてしまうものよ。大丈夫。人の秘密って知りたくなる方だけど、話す趣味はないから。
Refrain? The drugs?
あんなところで泣くなよな。恥ずかしいやつ。
素直って言ってよ。
ま、みんなが助かったのは良かったけどな。黒の騎士団様々だ。
No. He's gonna be like, no.
犯罪者を取り締まりたいなら警察に入ればいいのに、彼らがどうしてそうしないんだろう。
警察じゃできないと思ったんだろう。警察なんて。
今はダメでも警察の中に入って変えていけばいいじゃないか。
変える過程で結局はいろいろなしがらみを抱えることになる。
それはギリギリまで変える努力をしてから初めて言えることだよ。それをしない限り彼らの言い分は独占に過ぎない。
独占？
彼らが言う悪ってなんだろう。何を基準にしているのかもわからないじゃないか。一方通行の自己満足で。
That is true.
それじゃあ僕は軍に戻らなくちゃならないから。じゃあね、シャーリー。
じゃあね。
That's someone who knows how to read the mood.
ねえルル、今度さ、
Do you have time?
時間が合えばいいんだけど。
Ah. Nope.
軍に戻らなくちゃって。戻る。そこがお前の居場所ってことか。
リフレイン。
麻薬過去に戻った気になるってのが特徴かな。
売れそうですね。特に日本人に。
誰だって懐かしいよ。ブリタニアに占領される前の日本が狙い撃ちにした薬だ。放って
How exactly do they grow their organization?
相手は5人だ。勝てるわけないだろ。
だからって放っておけるの？
よく見ろ。やられてるイレブンを。下手に加勢してあいつらに勝ってみろ。あのイレブンは明日からここで商売ができなくなる。あいつは自分でブリタニアの奴隷を選んだんだ。疎開で働くってのはそういうことだろ。
だからって。
文句あんのそっち。イレブンがかわいそうだってか。
違うって仲間に入りたいんだよな。
まさか。あんたらももう飽きてんだろ。イレブンいじめなんて。
Really? Just like that.
ゲーセンでも行く？
金ねえよ。
秋っぽい連中だな。
大丈夫？
ブリタニアの学生さん。いらっしゃいませ。カリフォルニアドッグはいかがですか？恋人さんですか？よかったらお二人でどうぞ。アイスクリームもありますよ。
エリア11は日本だった頃に比べて良くなったとも言えるよ。ブリタニアの植民エリアに入れたおかげで軍事も経済も格段に安定した。
Yep.
市民権だって役所に行って手続きをすれば名誉ブリタニア人になれるじゃないか。
Let's see, that's the honorary Britannian part. That's the problem.
そこまで分かってて、ルルーシュ・ランペルージュはどういう考えなの？何をしたいの？
別に。
君は随分頭がいいみたいだけど、持ち腐れね。シャーリーが嘆いてたわ。ルルは努力しようとしない。せっかく頭がいいのにって。
だから何もしないんだろう。さっきのイレブンだって分かってるんだ。ブリタニア人に頭を下げた方がいい暮らしができるって。
かっこいいと思ってるの？そんな評論家ぶって世間を斜めに見てるのが。少しでも期待した私がバカだったわ。多少はマシな男だと思ったのに。例のオレンジ事件の。失礼しました。例のクルルギスザク強奪事件の時の今日の記憶がないというのは本当でしょうか？
信じてもらおうとは思わん。
She's like,
実は私も
with this student.
意識が戻った時にはサザーランドを奪われていました。それに記憶を失う直前。
Yeah, she actually saw him.
ではその学生が
顔は思い出せません。しかし調べてみる価値はあるかと。
I'm surprised that they took so long.
でも人に感謝されるのって悪い気分じゃないよ。
そうそう、ネットじゃ英雄だもんな。
私たちさ、これでいいんだよね。
ほら、
ゼロからの合図だ。
よく入れたな。
毎回どんな手品使ってやがんだ。
名古屋の分は終わったのか？安全だよ、疎開の中は。
Talk about overkill.
やっぱりナイトメアはすごい。一気やるだけで圧倒的。
You know, I am kind of curious why the cops aren't taking a bigger priority towards this.
閉店だぞ。今度はパリ支店だって。
来週の花火一緒に行くよね。
任せてください。日本の技術は世界一ですから。
リフレイン。
決まったんだよ、留学。やるぞ、俺は。
積み重なればいつか擦り切れてしまうものよ。そうよ。だから私は。ほらほら、走ったら危ないわよ。
Oh, her mom.
お母さん。ほら、ナオト。ちゃんとカレンのこと見ててあげなきゃダメでしょ。あなたって女はどれだけ弱いの。ブリタニアに 床にすがって今度は薬。お兄ちゃんはもういないんだよ。これ以上。ナイトポリス。
フルってことか。タムギ知らねえよ。俺が調べた時は確かに腐ってやがる。
Okay, so that answers the question. Well, no shit. Woohoo! Bravo! Nice one. Oof. Should they really be using their real names during the operations?
嘘の涙は人を傷つける。嘘の笑顔は自分を。薬の後遺症です。会話はほとんどできません。回復するとしても時間が必要かと。判決出たよ。20年だって。待ってて。お母さんが出てくるまでには変えてみせるから。私とお母さんが普通に暮らせる世界に。だから
うん。What? Alright. I'll voice my questions after this. See you guys! Alrighty, that was episode 9. We learned a lot more about Kallen, her backstory, her character, as well as what the Black Knights are actually doing nowadays, right? So, pretty much, they have turned themselves into the Batmans of Tokyo. Certainly, some will love them, some will hate them, some will be like, who the hell are you? You know, including Suzaku and whatnot. And pretty much for the exact same reasons that I went through before, right? So, again, just to reiterate, I already mentioned this in the first few episodes, but from a rational, from a moral, from a philosophical point of view, I actually support Suzaku's ideology more. However, I do feel that, you know, as someone who just likes to watch cool things and entertaining things, you gotta admit that Lelouch's method and his approach is a lot more appealing, right? However, we do have to take into account as viewers that we're able to say this because we're watching this from a side angle, right? We're essentially doing the same thing as Kallen was accusing Lelouch of doing this episode, which is sitting by the sidelines, eating popcorn, and being a critic of the situation, right? If we were actually in that situation, would we actually choose the method of Suzaku or choose the method of Lelouch? I think that is quite another story and quite another discussion as well. Even if I ask myself, I'm not quite sure. I perhaps would be even more inclined to say, okay, I want to do things as smoothly and peacefully as possible, with as at least bloodshed and whatnot, with as least chaos. But then, everybody has their own opinion on this. What was it that I wanted to, so in regards to this episode, where we once again get through a lot of the 11 versus Britannia kind of situation here, it is quite amusing to me in a way, because I actually come from a country that that went through the same things as well. We were colonized by a more imperialistic country, and we went through the assimilation process as well, and but the funny thing is, a lot of the parallels there to actual real life, empires and whatnot is, I mean, it's obviously based on some facets of history and whatnot. So a lot of the terms or the conflicts that they are dealing with is actually part of my country's history as well. Now, the funny thing is that we actually almost entered full assimilation, which is the thing I'm talking about here, right? To really conclude the assimilation process, they're not going to be calling them 11s or honorary Britannians. They're just going to be calling them Britannians, right? But obviously that is a long road, and indeed in my country it never actually came to be either, which I don't have an opinion on that either way. There's pros and cons. I'm never, this is just my personal thoughts, right? I'm never, even nowadays, a big fan of, local culture or traditional, like, I don't specifically identify with traditional culture or local culture. I consider myself more of a globalist. I will take aspects from various different countries, various different cultures that I love. So, to me, it doesn't really matter to me, like, right now I am a, what kind of country I call myself under. It's actually not that important to me, to be honest. As long as it follows the same ideals of, freedom, free speech, those kind of stuff, right? What? I kind of lost my trace. So anyways, it never really came to be, fortunately or unfortunately. In fact, the actual success cases of full cultural assimilation into a country within histories, I struggle to name a single instance, actually. I'm sure there are some, right? And there might be some more fringe cases, but honestly, the closest and most successful example that pops into my mind right now would probably be the United States of America, honestly, because say what you want about it, and everybody's a critic these days, but they don't call it the melting pot for nothing, right? It is an assimilation of various different cultures, different races, and whatnot, all into one called Americans. So if you want a success story in terms of cultural assimilation, I think that is the one that instantly pops to my mind. And might be one of the best success cases in history overall. So, just some food for thought. But anyways, I just found the entire ordeal kind of amusing because, I would say that perhaps even more so than most Westerners or Europeans or Americans or whatnot, maybe this hits a bit closer to home, so, I don't know, I just find the situation amusing in a way. And again, what side someone who actually would be living under that kind of situation, would you be willing to do the same things as the 11s, trade in your dignity and whatnot to continue to have a safe and, by all means, a pretty good life? Probably, right. And time is the one thing that can eventually cause all this to become to smoothen away, especially in what Sudoku is trying to do here, right? Gradually change. And so for one day, maybe instead of calling them 11s or calling them honorary Britannians, they're just going to be called Britannians. Anyways, so that was on the ideological part of things. So let's talk a little bit more about Kallen this episode, right? Which, I say I talk a little bit more, but honestly, I'm kind of trying to think of what exactly was the purpose of this specific episode, right? Is it just a case of telling us, Kallen's backstory and and the things that she went through or whatnot? Is it trying to tell us that she's solidifying her determination to fight against the Britannians? Or is it actually a case where it's teaching her to maybe not be so stubborn and accept the viewpoints from different people, right? Every person has their own ideology, has their own values and whatnot, things that they value the most, things that they want to do the most. You can't just look at a situation from your own perspective and say, hey, this is how it should be done, this is how we should do it, right? So I do wonder if we're actually going to see character growth from the conclusion of this particular episodes, which I guess we will know in the upcoming ones, right? Like what exactly she got out of this particular situation here. I certainly hope it's not a case where, you know, this episode was purely here just so we learn about you know, what kind of backstory that she has. And personally, I would enjoy it a lot more if it instead taught her to think about, well, why people would be willing to do the things that they do, even throwing away their self-dignity or pride in order to do some things. At least being able to understand that, I feel, is quite important. Of course, it could also, you know, she could also interpret it in a way that's causing her to want to topple the Britannians even more, which, you know, like I said, everybody has their own opinions, right? At least that is still growth. So I do hope that we can see something of that in the future and not just have an episode for the sake of having an episode. Anyways, that's it for episode 9 of Code Geass. And also, by the way, I've decided that all the picture dramas I'm going to watch as a whole collection at the end of the series, because, you know, I found that they're like interlaced in all the various different episodes, and some I've already missed, so, you know, it's too much work. I'm just gonna watch them all front to back at the very end, perhaps a special episode just watching the picture dramas. So anyways, that's it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys next week as well. Bye bye.